So I'm back. Hi. Thanks for tuning in to the Clay Allen Raw Show. It's been a while. I was sick for a little bit for a while back, several months ago. I was sick for a couple months. Had some stomach issues, some bad stuff going on. And then I haven't done a video on here in a while because I've been busy with a lot of stuff. So I want to apologize for that. There's just life in general has been one thing after another. And I didn't know what to do with the channel because I know everybody liked the stories. I like the stories, the true stories. But I couldn't show good visuals because pictures and things of some of the true stories that I'm talking about, they're all copyrighted and I can't use those. Somebody had mentioned to me, hey, it would have been great if you had like some footage of the story that you were talking about. Well, I know, I agree, but I can't do that because I can't monetize on them. If I ever get to the point where it monetizes, I won't be able to use that video if I didn't pay for the copyrighted material. So that held me back from using good footage about the stories that I was telling. So there's a reason that I just kind of stopped doing those. And I just in general haven't known what to do. I don't really know what everybody wants from this channel. I like getting on here and just shooting the shit and talking, but sometimes you want some ideas, some feedback from the people who watch. And I appreciate everybody. I've got 173 subs on this channel. It hasn't grown at all in months because I haven't done anything in months. So to the ones that were looking forward to watching some of the other stuff, I apologize. Maybe I'll get back to it. I'd like to do the stories for sure. I haven't figured out a way to get around finding like good video clips or pictures or images of the true stories that aren't copyrighted that I can use. So that's kind of held me back on that. So I've also over the last few months been busy with a new job, working from home, and I'm taking calls, and it consumes a lot of my day. I do get to work from home, but I got to monitor phones from like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, 6 days a week. Saturdays are usually somewhat quiet, but that's taken up a lot of my time, a lot of my focus. So there's another reason why I haven't made a video on here in a while. Plus my side gigs. I film stuff on the side whenever I can. I'm doing some stuff for a local GMC dealership. They're actually a big dealership. They own a lot of places. I want to say, I'm really guessing 10 to 15. They own a really big, very expensive, fancy wedding venue, and they also own a really nice restaurant in town here. So I'm doing stuff for them. We just film like cars, highlighted cars. Each video is 3 cars, and we go through. They tell us about the car, and then we do the pricing and stuff. And it's kind of a neat, fun, kind of a kid-oriented, but borderline. So it's funny, and it's got some cartoon effects in it. But that keeps me busy, So between that, the full-time job, and doing the gear review channel, I've been trying to keep up with that as much as possible because it's growing better than this channel. So I'm continuing and pushing forward with the gear reviews. I'm working with Fine, E-Meat, Sound Peats, Mayono. Mayono's been kind of slow, but working with them also. There's a few companies. So that's keeping me busy and kind of kept me from this channel. Then I've got the, weekly podcast with Kevin over at Back to the Retro Review, where we talk about budget podcasting and teach people how to do this on a budget level, how to slowly graduate and gradually get better equipment, better at filming your videos, talking on camera. So we show people how to do stuff like that on that channel. And then me and him also started doing every other week a new channel called Get Off My Lawn, and I'd like everybody to go check that out. If you didn't mind, I'll leave a link for it in the description. Get Off My Lawn is just us relaxing and kicking back and talking about whatever we want to talk about, and it is not a censored show. So keep that in mind when you tune in. We might cuss, we might talk about stuff that is just raw, kind of like this. But it's just a place for me and him to kind of shed some of our frustrations for the week and kick back and have some fun. So you can check that one out. Again, that's on every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. The budget podcasting is every Thursday. It's every other Thursday. So on one Thursday, we'll do the budget podcasting, and the next one we'll do Get Off My Lawn. So I've also recently started a new show with Chad Breedlove. One of his channels is Chad on the Road. He does like adventure videos. He goes out and checks out cool places, things him and his wife go and do, or like abandoned places, just all kinds of different stuff like that. He's pretty fun, and you might want to go check out his channel as well. That's Chad on the Road, and he's got some other ones too. If I can remember the names of them, I'll leave a link for those in the description also. So me and him are starting a weekly live broadcast, and we're also going to do some pre-recorded shows for our new channel together called The Black Report. And on that channel, we're going to be talking about stuff like UFOs, UAP, ghost stories, cryptids, like unnatural things that are debatable whether they're real or not real. Aliens, Bigfoot, skinwalkers, stuff like that. We're going to talk about things like that and try to bring some video footages to it, things that we're going to look for, things that we're going to talk about. This week, Wednesday, we will be doing one, and we're going to talk about Travis Walton. Everybody's probably heard of that, but it just seemed like a good subject. He was one of the more famous known alien abduction cases. The movie Fire in the Sky, I think, was about him. So we're doing that on Wednesdays, and we're going to try to do it every Wednesday. So there's a lot going on that's kept me away from this channel. So I apologize, but it just happens. So I mentioned all his stuff, and then the struggles, other things that have kept me from videos on here is just trying to think of new things to do, trying to think of content that you're going to want to watch, that I'm going to enjoy doing. It's got to hit both those boxes. I have to like it, and you have to like it. So trying to think of those things is tough. I already mentioned the copyright deal. That's pretty much it. I'm just curious what everybody thinks would like to see out of this channel. What would you like next? I would love to keep doing the stories. I like doing that whole serious voice, talking, telling a story. It works well for me. The problem is footage. I can't show too much footage of actual events because it's copyrighted. Everything out there is copyrighted, so it's kind of hard to tell a story and put that on there without the fear of never being able to monetize on that, or having it, let's say this channel finally got to a point where it did monetize, and then some of that stuff made it demonetized. I don't want to risk it, so I don't put too much footage on those stories that is actual footage. So for that reason, I just kind of stopped doing it. I would like to get back to it, but I'd like to know you guys' opinion. If what do you think? I was using just like raw, like random footage that I was getting off my Artlist subscription, and just stuff that was visually pleasing. It didn't necessarily match the story. It was just stuff that I could use without getting in trouble. So that's it. I don't know. I went a little longer than I planned to. I'm almost at 10 minutes. I just kind of wanted to get on here and make something and say hi. It's been a little while, so I appreciate you hanging in there and not unsubscribing. And until I can come up with a good idea, I will see you in the next video. Thanks.